Whoa. Whoa, why is this title screen music go so hard? It's pretty cool. I have generally been enjoying the music from this game. You know, I have definitely been enjoying it. But anyway, happy Friday all. We've got Detective Pikachu to return to. I started out kind of alternating between Detective Pikachu Returns and Fire Emblem Fates for the last little bit in terms of what I'm streaming. Oh god, how I wish I was playing Fire Emblem Fates instead right now for my other playthrough game going on at the moment. Because yikes. But it's been a little bit more so skewed towards Fire Emblem Fates lately. I haven't touched this for a little smidge of a while, so it's like, hey, let's do some of that tonight. I was thinking about doing a little bit of it last night, but I was so tired yesterday, and I knew that if I streamed this, I would pass out. Brought back a ton of berries from the ruins. We sure did. I had a blast tasting so many different flavors. Let's whip up something with these later. Yeah, sure. I know you're busy, Tim, but don't overwork yourself, okay? You don't have to worry so much, Mom. I'm not a kid anymore. Say that all you want, but a mother always worries about her kids, even when they're adults. I know, Mom. Thanks. I'll be careful. Hi. Well, a cutscene happens here? Okay. Oh my goodness, their eyes.
No,
Let's
thanks.
please not.
You can count me out. I've got no time for sightseeing.
Pikachu will come too, of course.
Are you hearing a word I'm
Yeah,
saying?
the characters' faces are just
Oh,
like
yeah.
so emotionless. Slight more emotion there.
Tim.
Hey Tim, do you know any good sightseeing spots in Rhyme City? For whatever reason, on saying out "Hey Tim" there, it just made me think of oh, what was the name of the show? Home Improvement. Just like, hey Tim. Like, for anyone that's seen that show with Tim the Toolman Taylor or whatever the heck, I haven't seen it so many years, so I'm probably not even getting things right. But there was the neighbor that you only ever saw like the eyes of that would always be peeking over the fence like, hey Tim. And for whatever reason, on reading that, it just made me suddenly remember that. Also, Tim, what are you staring at? I'd love for you to show me. Nothing's really coming to mind right now. Oh, come on, Tim. You gotta be ready for this kind of thing. What if you had to come up with a few good date spots on the fly, huh? I take it you know a good spot then, Pikachu? Of course I do. Personally, I'd recommend the Hi-Hat Cafe. I've been popping over there after dinner lately just to grab some coffee and collect my thoughts. So that's where you've been running off to in the evenings recently. Still, I think Sophia may be a little too young to really appreciate the Hi-Hat Cafe. Don't bother your brother, Sophia. Tim's very busy. Okay. You still have something new to say? Are you heading out again, Tim? Even though we're here to visit you? Sorry, Sophia. I'll make more time to hang out with you. Just wait a little. Promise? Yeah, I promise. And I guess I can wait a bit. Well, yeah, I guess we'll just head on out here.
Alright.
Let's get going, Pikachu. Oh, wait. Let's pay the Hat Cafe a visit first. Huh? Why? I can interview the customers there, see if they know anything about last night's incident. Well, that is pretty important, actually. This isn't just an excuse for you to get coffee, is it? I'm not gonna dignify that question with a denial. Mostly because I can't. Yeah, hello, Mars. Oh god. It's the whodunit game that gives you physical pain. What, in like the eyes? Well, we're off. See you later. You know, since the last time that I streamed this, there was a recent family get-together for Canadian Thanksgiving. And, you know, I always bring my Switch along and dock, and my family ends up playing video games like a Smash Bros. Was the most recent thing here, for example. Rhyme City, outside the Hi-Hat Cafe. And when we're eating, sometimes we'll just, like, be chatting about things down in the living room there. Sometimes, like, we'll have something a lot more passive going on in a game.
What's this?
Am I under arrest? I'll finish the story in a sec. Putting up arms like Pikachu's gonna try and jump by. Oh, great, it's this guy.
Hello, great
Straight out of
detective.
Gmod.
I'm here for Pikachu.
Dude, they are after Pikachu.
Rad.
The hair flick of his Lego
Pikachu,
figure looking hair.
You're under arrest. Come with us.
Huh?
I thought that people think that... Some people
way.
seem to think that Pokemon
Arrested
can't
for
understand them.
what?
Others think that they can. It's odd.
For property damage.
What?
Take him away.
Oh, I'll be all right. It's just a misunderstanding. Focus on proving my innocence.
What?
Pikachu!
What is happening? What a way to start this stream. What the heck? Anyway, sometimes I'll pull up a game thing that's a little bit more passive, especially if there's like something that recently came out. Detainee Pikachu. So I asked my cousin's kiddo there, like, hey, you want to see some Detective Pikachu for fun? And he was like, no. I was like, really? Are you sure? He was like, no, please. No. Anything but that. So, you know, he's seen the trailers for this game and, you know,
This is bad.
did not wanna, was not exactly interested in Eye Strain, let's say. Pikachu just got jumped and abducted. What is this game? I don't know. I could not tell you. Must have fallen asleep at some point. Remember Brad and his goons putting me in the police car. This game is a form of torture, can't blame them. Which means this must be the police station. This is someone's idea of a joke. It's not very funny. If this is a joke, it ain't funny. I can't do a Xenoblade Dixon impression. Can't believe a great detective like me would actually be locked up behind bars. Also, oh, I have a thing on my back! Wait, so are the police, like, bad guys here too, then? If they're in on, like, the companion cube business? Anyway. I just want to give, like, full disclosure for this stream. If this game drives me, like, too much up the wall again, or I get, like, really bored, I am gonna switch to my Metroid Prime video essay that I've been working on and just stream making that instead. Sometime down the line, we'll see here. Hey, quit that muttering, newbie. Great. Guess I can't expect a warm welcome from my new roommates either. I've landed myself in a real mess, that's for sure. Oh well, let's see what my new roomies can tell me. Out of curiosity, while I was on my lunch break from work the other day, well, you know, getting back from my classes, having lunch before getting back to work, essentially. Yeah. So, I guess Pikachu's gonna be remote control and stuff here. I was curious. So while I was eating lunch, I looked up Google reviews of this game, and I just wanted to see what people were listing under Google reviews. Maybe I should have checked something like Metacritic as well, but like the weirdo that I am, I checked Google reviews. And there were a small handful of 5 stars. I don't think I saw a single 2-star, 3-star, or 4-star. It was only like a small handful of 5 stars that had descriptions that didn't even make sense. I think there was only one that made sense that I saw that was just like, wow, I really like the first game and I'm really glad that there's a sequel. The other ones like had very broken English. And there was a whole bunch of 1-star ones that, you know, described all sorts of issues. And there was one that stood out to me because like, oh, okay, so like, clearly this isn't the only person that's thinking this. One of the things that I saw someone bring up is that the voice acting felt very offbeat in a lot of instances, even though they state that they have heard these same voice actors play in other roles where they sound like a whole lot better, where they give much better performances, which leads them to believe that maybe the direction was just really bad. And that's something that we were talking about during one of the previous streams, where it's just like, there was a comment made about how the voices sounded kind of off, and I was like, yeah, that kind of is the case, but I've heard these voice actors give like better performances before, so I don't know what's up with that. I feel like the voice actor for Detective Pikachu is probably the best though. Like I feel like he's doing a pretty good job. All that. But yeah, alright, see how the prison break is gonna go because there's a Pikachu-sized vent in that room? Wait. Wait, so I have to befriend Pangoro here. Wow. Yeah. So someone in a Google review had the exact same note there where it's just like, yeah, the voice acting feels off, but had the same note that I did adding on to that where it's just like, I've heard them give better performances, so like maybe the direction was just off or whatever. Mineral Maniac. I guess I don't really need to turn off that for these cutscenes. Yeah, buddy. I'll ask you some questions. It's odd.
Hiya, buddy, newbie. I ain't wasting time making small talk with you either.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. I'm still trying to get my bearings. I mean, I don't even know why I was brought here.
Sure you don't. You must have done something real cringe to end up here.
Something cringe? Me? I'm the great Detective Pikachu. I would never.
A great detective? You? Now that's a good one.
That wasn't a joke. I'm gonna adjust my microphone closer to me. I noticed during the, I narrated this video essay that I've been working on yesterday, and I've been working on it, like, throughout today, and I noticed that there were some bits where, like, my microphone sounds like it's fading out, so I should have it closer to me here, just in case.
Well, Mr. Great Detective, let me give you some free advice. All hail Master Dusknoir. You may have been some big-shot detective out there, but in here, you're just newbie. and newbies don't run their mouths. Got it?
Oh, that's that, I guess. I don't think I'll be getting much more out of him. But yeah. I'm more astounded that you can legally put Pokemon in prison. Oh yeah, how exactly does this work anyway? Like, is this legal? Like, the cops put us here, including Brad the jerk. But like, they've got to clearly be like corrupt cops or something if they were the ones putting like companion cubes on Pokemon's back, or at least associated with them. Have some sort of human rights. Do they? I know that there's in the plot line that whole bill that's supposed to be like in the process of getting passed, where it's like, there needs to be like restraint put on Pokemon. Like, they need to be controlled. They're too dangerous. Pangoro, boss of Bamboo Forest. But in here, you're just newbie. Hey, you got a minute? You must be the newbie. So I'm told. I was hoping to learn more about this place. Hey, are you even listening to me? Hello? Keep it down in the entertainment room. Entertainment room? You mean where we are now? Great, just ignore me, why don't you? Well, at least I learned what this room is called, which is nice. Yeesh, I can't even get a straight answer out of the Pokemon here. Puts me in a bit of a pickle. How am I supposed to find out what's going on? What's happening? Is there a cutscene happening? Oh! The remote control?
It's time for exercise. Proceed to the roof. Single file.
Oh, sweet! We got exercise in this prison! Fuck you, disables your Sableye and Pangoro.
Hey,
Oh, never
that's
mind.
all right.
Not quite disabled. It's remote controlled.
body's moving on its own. That light.
Could it have something to do with the cubes? There's no way. This does not look like an exercise yard. I mean, maybe the rest of it will look like it in a sec. Is it literally just us three? Oh.
What? How did... What?
Is it literally just us three? Oh yeah, I think you're right. If this is what's going on with the police, these are the devices that are gonna become legalized with that Pokemon management bill. You're totally right. Like, it's gotta be if the police are using them. But yeah, I gotta stop the Pokemon version of Jim Crow laws. Saying that out loud made you do a double take. Yeah, it's an actual Pokemon prison. But what's this about going to the roof for exercise? So yeah, the mayor of Rhyme City is gonna try to like make these devices become the standard things. This Pokemon mind control. Is this roof? How did I come up here? It just keeps getting weirder and weirder. Guess I'll ask the other Pokemon what's going on. Do you try taking the device off your back? Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting from the plot of this game, but it wasn't this. Yeah, it is intriguing though.
Did I tell you to zip it? Stop talking to me like we're pals, newbie, because we ain't.
Come on, no need to be so standoffish. Just trying to ask a few questions. Were we inside a room just now? Why are we up here on the roof?
It's me. Don't try anything funny if you know what's good for you.
I thought we were gonna try to get exercise. Yeah, I mean, maybe the game will still surprise us, we'll see. Wait, haven't I seen you somewhere before? Maybe on TV? I'm a famous great detective after all. Great detective. Great detective, great detective. Is that really something you need to think so hard about? Oh, okay, there are other Pokemon. They just weren't at all present in that cutscene because that would have been too much to ask. Just a silly guy!
Hiya, I've never seen you around before. You new or something?
I got nabbed a little bit ago. Have you been here a long time?
Nah, I'm pretty new too. Been here longer than you though.
That matters. Why exactly?
Because the longer you've been here, the higher you are on the ladder.
Okay, hi. How's it going? Leopard, poised and refined. Whoever was in charge of the music direction, though, for this game definitely knew how to make, like, you know, serious jammers for an investigative game. You know, I do have to say.
Hello there. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, thank goodness. Someone I can actually have a conversation with.
Pokemon here are rather quirky bunch, aren't they?
I said it. Doesn't help that I've got no idea what's going on.
What do you mean?
Like how we all suddenly ended up on the roof, for example.
Oh, right. I suppose that is a bit strange. The same thing happens every day, but I really don't know why.
Every day, huh? Good to know, thanks.
I thought I told you to keep quiet, newbie.
Hey, I thought you didn't want to talk to me. Now here you are striking up a conversation.
You won't be running your mouth like that for long. Follow me. Luxray wants to see you.
Luxray? I wasn't even on Amp Plains.
He'll teach you how things work around here. He'll teach you real good.
Okay, so your theory is that the mayor's trying to suppress Pokemon rights by having these devices made which cause the crimes but then be used for suppression once the bill passes. Oh. Luxray, born leader with a penetrating gaze. Yeah, because people were upset about this Beedrill, but they were all being controlled
Supposed to be the big
by the
boss of this
devices.
place? You gotta be joking. Like Jail 101 or something?
Okay, we know Tim can understand Pikachu, but we as the player, maybe we could understand any Pokemon. Maybe there should have been actual voice acting for the other Pokemon and scenes where we're just playing Pikachu. Game over. Dead. HP dropped to 0 and there's no Pokemon Center to black out and teleport to. Detainment Day 1, Tim Morning.
Well, I made it to the police station. I wonder if they'll even let me see Pikachu. Must be so lonely all by himself in there. Still can't believe they just drag him off like that, out of the blue. Brad said something about property damage, but that doesn't sound like Pikachu at all.
You okay? I also, the officer of visitations are allowed. Yeah, it's time for the prison arc. This is not something I was expecting from this game, a prison arc.
This is the reception area. State your business.
Excuse me?
My partner Pikachu is being detained by the police. Is this where they're keeping him? Detained Pokemon are held in custody at this station, yes. How is Pikachu doing? Would it be possible for me to see him? I'm afraid that won't be possible without express permission from headquarters. Furthermore, I'm unable to share any information related to an ongoing investigation. You can't be serious. Cutscene? There's like...
Tim, I thought I'd find you here.
I was about to say there's barely any
Expect a
shadow
holiday.
on anything.
And
Voice was
Butler.
deeper than I remembered.
I understand how concerned you are about your Pikachu.
Much like
Don't
I'm
worry,
concerned about my
the
shirt
Pokemon
bursting open at
Protection
any
Bureau
moment.
is a safe place.
Oh yeah, this is the Pokemon police. I forgot at the beginning of the game established that there was like the two separate police forces, like the people police and the Pokemon police. So I guess this is the Pokemon police. We'll be holding Pikachu in custody here for a while. He's suspected of causing property damage last night in Fountain Plaza.
Pikachu would never do that.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we've got proof. That being said, we're still investigating the matter. Can't allow any visits before the dust settles.
So there's really no way I can see him? You okay, Jess? You?
Look, I'm sure this is tough for you. We don't do special treatment here, not even for you, young detective. Anyway, kiddo, I'll see you around. Yeah, I guess Pikachu's been framed, but like, there can't just be like one Pokemon per species in the city. Like, how do you know it wasn't some random other Pikachu? We saw another Pikachu in the first Detective Pikachu game, so clearly there isn't just one in Rhyme City. Yeah, it's probably Luxray somehow, even though Luxray's in prison too, but because Luxray's mean, it was probably him, /her, I don't know.
Am I right in assuming you can't tell me anything either, Inspector?
I'm afraid it's just as Chief Butler says. But I'll do what I can to arrange a visit for you. Come back to the reception area sometime this afternoon. There's the device. Oh, are you saying like maybe they released them, had Luxray go do something, and then like get recalled back and put behind bars again, and then they have their excuse to detain Pikachu? Okay, maybe. But like, really? Thank you so much. I guess it depends on what their evidence is. Don't mention it, Tim. Oh, and one more thing. I'd like to have a chat with you tonight. I'd rather not go into the details here, so let's meet near the station after sundown.
Alright, I'll see you this evening.
I know this must be rough, but hang in there, Tim.
Thanks to Inspector Holiday, I'll be able to meet with Pikachu this afternoon, maybe. Well then, I'll just do what I can.
Why are you trying to predict this mess of a plot? I don't know.
First, I think I'll go check out the scene of the crime. I just don't believe Pikachu would destroy anything. The police must have gotten the wrong idea somehow.
There's just like graffiti that says like Pikachu rules or something.
The crime took place at Fountain Plaza. Apparently someone broke something at the plaza, but the culprit has to be someone other than Pikachu. Assuming the culprit was a Pokemon, what kind of Pokemon could it have been? There might be some evidence left behind that could at least tell me its type. I'll investigate Fountain Plaza and work out who the real culprit is.
I think this is the first time in the Detective Pikachu series that like Tim and Pikachu have been separate for an investigation here.
I wonder if this is Brad's Manectric. Without Pikachu here, I have no idea what you're saying.
Not allowing visitations right now. Just jump it. Imagine. Alright, Fountain Plaza.
You can't seriously be waiting for another treat, Jesse. I already gave you one. Literally like 10 minutes before I started the stream. You got your bedtime treat of a dentist stick, and then you got like one of those bacon flavored treats from Anima when you got down here. Probably just forgot, because you're probably at this point a dementia riddle doggy. Fountain Plaza is down the street from the police station, next to the Hi Hat Cafe. I should head there right away.
Alright, I don't know where that is, but I'm going to assume this way. Teleon, Crackshot Gardener. You do not need to be a crackshot to water plants.
Huh? Centellion seems to like flowers.
Alright, what was the run button again? It was ZR. Okay, I was hitting R at first. Someone's there.
Wait, is that Brad?
Oh, so it was a different Manectric in the
Why
station?
is he at the crime scene?
Most generic walk away ever. I love how it seemed like he needed to catch up to like the momentum that he started out with. Or like the walk animation just seemed kind of off at first, but eventually his speed picked up to the point that it looked natural. But at first it wasn't.
Was Brad examining that Slowpoke statue? Not any other police officers around though. Why only Brad? I better take a look myself.
Wee. Okay, think that Pikachu destroyed this Slowpoke statue?
So, this is the scene of the crime. Maybe I can learn something by examining any traces the culprit left behind. Oh, where should I look first?
Oh, I thought it was a cutscene. Investigate the child. Oh. Oh my goodness. They're all so lifeless. Examine.
Slowpoke statue's been broken. This must be what Brad meant by property damage. The statue's got scorch marks on it.
Broken statue. I saw that the chunks on the ground looked like they were kind of electrified, but Pikachu can't really use moves. Inspect the child. Try to determine who stole his soul. Like, my goodness, they look like the NPCs of Roller Coaster Tycoon World, is what they look like.
Oh,
Fragments of the Slowpoke statue on the ground. The statue must have been broken by a Pokemon move. Maybe I should pick one up for a better look. Ow! My hand's gone numb. These fragments are charged with electricity.
Yeah, so it wasn't Pikachu. What if there was a twist where it turned out that it actually was Pikachu by his own free will? Just like, yup, property damage, that's me.
Grass has been scorched. Must have been caused by a Pokemon that generates a lot of heat.
Might also adjust the audio here slightly to like here in OBS. Alright, well, what else is there to inspect? What have I missed? Because usually the game's like, I got everything once I got everything. And it's not doing that. I'll just press B anyway. I think there's still more to see here. What? Oh, the puddle?
Huh?
Yeah, that's what happens when you're by a fountain. And like rocks get destroyed and it creates splashes and stuff, huh?
What's with this water? I guess it must have spilled out of the fountain. Yeah, that seems reasonable.
All right.
Especially if, like, chunks fell in there. I think I've seen about everything there is to see. Okay, now I have.
Let's think.
Let's begin deducing. Yes. Deduce. I had to press A so many times. There was a little bit of delay there. I think it's safe to assume this incident was caused by a Pokemon. Like, it takes a few seconds before it lets your inputs go through. It's odd. Looking at the evidence, it may be possible to figure out who the culprit is. Figure out the exact Pokemon. Yeah, an electric-type Pokemon.
Okay.
Statue's fragments are charged with electricity, so I think it was broken with an electric-type move. And electricity can generate heat, so I mean, Pikachu can't use any electric-type moves, so his crime must have been committed by another Pokemon. Pikachu only uses poison-type moves. It'd be tough to prove Pikachu can't use any moves, though. Better find another way to prove Pikachu's innocence. Wow, I did it! An electric-type Pokemon was involved in the crime. Where did Pikachu go last night? If I figure that out, I might be able to provide him with an alibi. I should go where Pikachu most likely was and hear what people there have to say. So, the Hi-Hat Cafe. After we got back from the ruins yesterday, Pikachu went out on his own. And knowing him, Pikachu must have gone to the Hi-Hat Cafe. I better go and check with Pablo. Whee! This... Oh, well, I don't know these things. Whee! Oh, this is it. Yeah. In we go. Yeah, relax, Jesse. Relax. Lie down. It's bedtime, Jesse. Hi.
Hey.
Hey, welcome. I see Pikachu's not with you today. We were actually on our way here this morning, but the police stopped us out front and arrested Pikachu. What? Pikachu was arrested? We're talking about your Pikachu, right? Yeah, aggravated assault. You know, now that you mention it, I did hear a commotion outside earlier. That must have been it. Did Pikachu do something bad? Police are saying that Pikachu's the one who damaged the Slowpoke statue in Fountain Plaza. Thank goodness they suspect him on that and not his more serious crimes. There's no way Pikachu could have done it. I mean, he can't even use any moves. No way you can deal that sort of damage without using moves. Besides, the statue got busted up last night, right? Pikachu was here at the cafe last night. Really? Please, tell me more. About Pikachu. Please, tell me more about when Pikachu came here last night. Oh, it was the same as always. I gave him as usual a cup of freshly brewed black coffee. He sure seemed to enjoy it. About what time last night was that? I'm sorry, I don't remember. Guess we can't establish an alibi then. Make something up! Oh, but he was still here when the evening news was playing on TV. Okay. Yeah, it's like a 4-second gap there between getting a thing and being able to, like, press A to advance the text. If only I could remember the time the show came on. Sorry, I can't be of more help, so I gotta figure out what time the show came on. Please, don't apologize, Pablo. You've been a huge help. About the Slowpoke statue.
Excuse me.
So you already knew about what happened to the Slowpoke statue? Yeah, I couldn't believe my ears when I heard about it this morning. Such a shame. Must have been a really strong Pokemon if it could damage a Slowpoke statue. That thing looked solid. Really doubt your Pikachu could deal that kind of damage. You could say that again. He'd hate to hear it. Pardon me then. Jokes aside, I doubt that incident went unnoticed. Some of the customers here may be able to tell you something about it. Go ahead, ask around. Good idea. Thanks, Pablo. But one point of credit that I'll give where it's due, one of my complaints with both these games is I wish that the investigations had more of a role to play in, like, the overarching story, as opposed to just, like, this one little itsy-bitsy point of this investigation has to do with the overall story, if anything. You know, whereas this is like, okay, this seems like it's clearly playing into bigger picture stuff now that Pikachu is one of those devices on his back and he's been framed and stuff like that. So, you know, at least there's that, and that creates a little bit more intrigue here, as opposed to like, oh, this random lady lost her Lillipup, let's just pretend that that's like a full dedicated investigation, not a side quest. You know, stuff like that this game would absolutely throw at you as a dedicated investigation. Like, help her out and she'll tell you where the guy that you're looking for went, and like a 20-second dialogue at the end of your 2-hour investigation. You know, at least it's not something like that. This does at least create a little bit more intrigue, but I do wish more of the game could have more of a direct,
you know, connection. Like, the first one was just like, hey, here's a gem that does get successfully stolen at the end that the bad guys want. And then the second one was, the thing with, ruins there, where it was just like, oh, all we find out is at the end. Did we even find any information from, we did find out information about that gem from the guy where he was like, oh, it's actually a Pokemon. Which played into, like, the last little tidbit of the first investigation. And then, like, some more stuff with the devices and the evil team and stuff like that. But most of these investigations have been like, yeah, go screw around with this completely unrelated thing for like 2 to 3 hours just to advance the main story a little bit during like the last minute at the end of the chapter, you know?
Excuse me, may I ask you a few questions?
Depends. Who's asking? Oh my god, he looks like a model that you would create in like Mark Zuckerberg's metaverse. I'm trying to eat here, you know?
I don't mean to inconvenience you. I'm actually investigating the incident at Fountain Plaza.
And I'm pretty sure that was something that was posted in the Discord server recently, was like side-by-side images of characters from this game and like Mark Zuckerberg's metaverse model. I must be that detective kid. In that case, I'd be happy to help. So I do wish that more of the game was like this, where it's like the investigation itself has to do with the overarching story, you know?
Excuse me?
Create a little bit more engagement.
You happen to see a Pikachu yesterday?
I did indeed, last night at Fountain Plaza.
At Fountain Plaza? Please tell me more about that.
By the time I saw the Pikachu, the Slowpoke statue had already been damaged. I only saw Pikachu from behind as it was leaving, but there was no mistaking that yellow back. I mean, do you think that it's a Pikachu just because it had a yellow back? Pikachu just wandered off somewhere afterward, and he waddled away, waddle waddle.
Let's see.
Didn't try to get like a closer look or anything? Didn't think that you'd be a key witness, or did they not do investigations and interrogate witnesses? Did they just blindly arrest Pokemon so they can chip them?
Excuse me?
Have you heard about what happened to the Slowpoke statue?
Heard about it. I saw it with my own eyes. Yeah, we just discussed that. Such an awful thing to do, breaking a statue like that. You're investigating the incident, right? Hope you catch whoever did it. I personally have a soft spot for statues, if you can't tell by the fact that I myself am basically a statue in my portrait here.
Yeah, I'm doing everything I can.
Luda?
Being created by Ludicolo just isn't the same without Pikachu here.
It's not that way. Hi. Food and drinks here are all fantastic. This place really is the best.
Excuse me?
Excuse me, do you mind if I ask a few questions?
This guy just straight up tell that to me as I walked up and just like, oh yeah, the food and drink here is fantastic. Like, I'd definitely say that to random people going past my table at restaurants as well. What do you want to know?
Excuse me?
Did you see a Pikachu last night?
Pikachu? No, I didn't see one last night. I did see one just a few minutes ago. Oh man, I'm getting tired again anyway. Went to the police station to pick up something I'd lost, and I saw a Pikachu there.
Really? How did it look?
Seemed to be sleeping. An officer was carrying him into the station. Okay. Convenient how everyone seems to know at least something. Sleeping. How could he just doze off with all that's been going on? Though, to be fair, I guess that was kind of one of my complaints of the first game, especially in that last investigation, where I go around, like, chatting with so many people and barely any of them have anything meaningful to say. So, you know, fair enough, I guess. Can't complain. Something wrong?
Oh no, it's nothing.
Not really a complaint, more of an observation.
Excuse me?
Have you heard about what happened to the Slowpoke statue?
Oh yeah, I hear it was kind of wild. I haven't been to see the plaza myself, though. It's literally right outside. Did you wear a blindfold as you entered the cafe?
Oh,
It's afternoon already. Maybe I can visit Pikachu now. Time to head over to the police station.
Okay, I guess not everyone. You didn't have anything to say. Aww! Does someone need to call Snivy's a cab home? Snivy's on YouTube still owes me a round of Mario Party. Crying out loud.